All right, so check this out. What if I told you you could find a pair of glasses that actually helped your ears? That's right. Today what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a look at these. These are the Captify Pro smart glasses. And what really makes these things stand out is that these are the first smart glasses out there that are built with built-in captions that are designed specifically from the ground up for the deaf or hard of hearing in mind. So these things have been absolutely incredible that I've been using them now for a few weeks. And I'm going to spoil it right at the beginning and say that I think this is transformational technology that has really made a huge difference in how I operate and go about my life. And it's something I wanted to share with you and show you what exactly it is and see if it's something that might make sense for you. Now, just so you know, I was sent a version of these by Captify to test out. I'm not being paid by this. They don't get to review this in any way, shape, or form. I am testing a beta version of the Captify Pro glasses. They just really sent me these glasses and asked me to put them through the paces for a couple weeks, and I've really been able to do that and really see now exactly what they are and how they work. All right, now before I get into these glasses, I do want to let you know where I'm coming from as someone. You know, I have a channel obviously called Deaf Director. I'm someone that suffers from what's considered severe hearing loss. I have total high range hearing loss and pretty bad mid-range hearing loss as well. So I have about 37% in this ear and about 25% hearing left in this ear. And that is why something like this is so exciting to see, because hearing aids don't really give me that full range of hearing and functionality back. Okay, so I want to come in here now and look at these things and how they work. And what they work is a really ingenious way. Now, I'm going to put these on just so you can kind of see. And the first thing you're going to notice about these is that they are very discreet. Now, they actually have a microphone built right here into the frame itself. And what's great, I can put these on, and if you look, there's a touchpad here on the side. If I hit that, boom, right now, I am transcribing. It is that discreet, nobody really notices. And what I love right now is even though I can see my words coming up right now on this screen in front of me, if you're sitting directly in front of me, it doesn't really call attention to itself. Now, because this is a directional microphone, that also means that this thing creates captions in almost real time. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm actually showing you a quick kind of action cam through the lens shot. You know, when you're looking at this as an actual display, it's going to be much bigger in your eye. You can't control the size of it. They're going to have a firmware update for that. But it's very easy to see. But the one thing I want to use in this demonstration is I want to show you just how quickly it transcribes it in real time when you're talking. You can see now it's transcribing pretty much almost as fast as I talk, which makes it very easy to follow along and go along in a conversation. And one of the standout features, I think, of this Captify glasses is the fact that they do not require a subscription. But the key to that is going to be this right here. Your smartphone is an integral part of the Captify glasses. Now, the good news about that is you can basically get the Captify Glasses app, you can download it, and because this is a Bluetooth glasses, your phone will instantly pair with it very easily. And once you launch the app, you're gonna get a set of instructional videos showing you how to use it for the first time. I actually found this really important because I've actually never used any AR glasses before. And just using the touchpad, using the connectivity, all that stuff, having those videos built in the app actually was a really nice thing to do, especially if you're someone that's maybe a little older, maybe a little intimidated by tech. Because it pairs so nicely with your phone, that kind of gives you that kind of assurance to go forward and work with it. Now, I do want to dive into the app here because it does do some cool things that I think are very important to take a look at. Now, if I come in the app, I'm going to come to the settings. If I come to the transcription scene, you're going to see something right off the bat. You can actually have an automatic transcription mode, or you can do offline only. These glasses are really designed to be connected to the internet in some way. So keep that on automatic because that's going to let you know right away that you're going to get much better results when you're connected to an internet or a Wi-Fi signal. Now, there's also going to be a one-button transcribe button that's coming soon where literally you can just pick these up, hit a button right from the start, and go for it. As it stands right now, you do need to open up the app and connect your glasses, so it's kind of a two-step process. It's very easy. Another thing I really like here is you actually have an option here where you can save conversations. You can turn that on or off. What's nice about this is if you are in a business meeting type situation and you need to save that for records, you can actually save those type of records on there. But if you're in a more family situation, or maybe you don't want to record everything, just click that off and you're good to go, won't save it. Now, another thing I really like here, if you look at the audio, is going to be the microphone source. And this is actually really cool. and it's worth pointing out. If you look here, you can do your microphone source as the glasses, like the microphone I talked about, or you can click it to your phone, and there's going to be a Bluetooth mic option that's coming soon. What's really, really nice about having this option to switch it to your phone or a future Bluetooth mic is, let's say you're in a crowded environment, or maybe you're a little bit further away from something, you can like hand someone your phone and then they can start speaking into it. And what that's going to do is that's going to remove the distance and let you get good transcriptions even in hard to hear places. And then the other thing you want to look at here is the speech display. Now you can't control the brightness of high, medium, and low just to get the glasses exactly what you have. And I have found that the brightness of the captions in there is going to affect the battery life. So it's something to remember. You can also set it to auto brightness. So if you're looking out a window, it'll go bright. If you're coming in a dark room, it'll automatically come down. You can also put this as a single eye display where one eye will show one, or you can have it in both eyes. It defaults to both eyes, but if you find that distracting, keep it in just in one eye and go like that. It really is nice to have that. And the most important thing right here is, as you can see, because these are beta glasses, but if you look in the app, you can see they're going to have text positioning, text size, and text density as options to go coming up in the future. It's a really, really intuitive, well done display on how it works up. And then basically, when you get up there, you can basically sit there and start transcribing. And then once I go, you will see it starts transcribing my voice. I can just hit stop and go right here. And I can hit start and stop right here with a tap. And basically, I'm good to go. There is one other really, really cool feature here that you should understand if you are going to be using this, and that is, while this is designed for the deaf and hard of hearing, but it can also serve as a translator. And if you look here, you can see it's translating me, but if I go to English, I can actually choose a real-time translation into a different language. And you can see there is a number of different languages already that it can go and translate to. Now, obviously, these are glasses and they just don't do captions. You can get these as both prescription and non-prescription lenses. Now, if you need non-prescription glasses, and then these are just gonna work like a basic pair of reading glasses, they don't do anything, they only have the captioning in there. This is great if you're like me and wear contact lenses and don't want any corrective things between you and your contacts. But they can have, if you have prescription glasses, you can just go to your optometrist and send your prescription, and they can give you a customized prescription that fits just for you. The thing I really like is actually this third option right here, where you can actually have a non-prescription, but you can actually get a pair of clip-on lenses that are your prescription. So you can have these and just literally kind of slip these in there. And then once you slip those in there, then you can go and put your own prescription glasses in there when you need to. But when you don't want them, you're wearing contacts, you can pop them off. Now, the battery life in this is pretty good, all things considered. I mean, to have the technology, I guess, you can get, they say you can get about 6 hours of captioning on one battery. I have found for me, practically, if I have the screen a little bit brighter and I'm in a challenging environment, I have been able to stretch this to over 4 hours, almost 5 hours, and that seems more real world practical for me, but it just depends largely on the brightness of the screen and how challenging of an environment you are using it. But the charge just holds for a long time. This thing will hold a charge for 2 days, basically 48 hours. And the thing I really like about this is it charges really, really fast. Once you plug this on a charger, it charges up in about 40 minutes. So you can use it throughout a day. Now that's how it works, but I really want to cover what the real world life applications of these glasses are and where they work best and where they may not be the best place to use it. I'm going to start this right off by saying that I have personally found this device to be, it's just personally been transformative in my life. You know, I'm a filmmaker who's often going in business meetings, I'm often going to festivals, and I cannot believe in the last few weeks of testing this out, just how much this allows me to reconnect with people in ways that I didn't realize I was missing out on. And I really feel that these glasses are set up, there are certain ideal situations where these are designed to excel in certain areas over others. Now, where those areas that I think this is really designed to really maximize is going to be if you're in one-on-one conversations, if you're in business meetings, if you're in dinners in reasonably loud restaurants. If you're a passenger in a vehicle, this is fantastic. Don't wear these while you're driving, but as a passenger in a passenger seat or back seat, this really allows you to get back in conversations, and really any other situation where there is a reasonably controlled environment. That's really where this glasses and this technology really excels. You know, I found myself doing Q&A sessions at film festivals, and I was just amazed that I could have someone ask me a question from the back of a theater, And these glasses could pick up what they said and interpret it for me in real time without me having to go and look at a moderator to tell me what happened. This was really, really life-changing for me because I found myself, I just get filled with some anxiety in those situations because it's so hard to hear. You have to struggle so hard to try and read lips. And these things really allowed me to relax and go in those situations and be much more engaged than I have been in the past. My wife really loved this when I could go out to dinner at a restaurant, we could have a conversation, and I missed so much less of what was being said. So these little things, these are small things that impact your life in big ways. Now that being said, this is technology and no technology is perfect. And I have definitely found there are some locations and limitations to these glasses where they have less practical application. Now, the number one thing you're gonna know, if you are in a very, very crowded and noisy environment where there are a lot of people speaking in close vicinity, this is where the glasses kind of reach their technological limit of what they can do. Now, what I do love about this, there's still technically a workaround, even in those situations, and the fact that you can switch the microphone on this to your phone or a mic and let someone hand it to you, and that will kind of let you get around those situations. But just be aware that is a limitation. The other limitation that you are going to run into that you just should be aware of is that because these things are so dependent on pairing up with your smartphone, if you don't have a good Wi-Fi signal or a cell signal, that will affect the functionality of the glasses. Now, I've found for the most part, if I'm somewhere with a weak cell signal, I can usually find a local Wi-Fi, and if I can just log on to that, these are gonna work great. But I have noticed if I am places with really, really weak or spotty cell coverage, it will affect the performance of these captions. So it is something to be aware of. Anyway, as someone that does review technology on a normal basis, I was just really blown away by just how much this technology would come in my life and transform it in just a couple of weeks. It made me so much more confident going into business meetings and situations where I would really, really struggle in the past. So this is something that I think absolutely, if you are struggling and you have hard of hearing issues, or if you have a family member that may be in a situation, these could be something that could really allow them to reconnect in ways they may not even realize they are missing. Anyway, guys, I'd love to hear what you have to say about this. Leave me notes and comments down below. And yeah, go out there, keep on shooting. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon.